for me, that was the best points of learning.
In sports, we say sometimes you win, sometimes are you scared to make mistakes,
No,
to
I
fail?
think I learned to win.
Every time we lose, it gives more energy to learn and to grow. If you just bounce back, resilience, you don't improve. If you bounce higher with learning, call that positive dissatisfaction. Even if we win a game, we constantly want to improve for the next game. So there is no status quo in sport. It's constant improvement. Could be technical improvement, physical improvement, tactical improvement, mental improvement.
To talk that we were still on the same page.
So it's all about the principle of bounce higher. So
still perform as a team, so that's why it was good to sit after the race and sit together, and so that's why it was, for us, it was important to have good feedback and also get, because yes, but, well, no, it's not sufficient because you are working.
The more you can organize timeout, the more you improve. Timeout. Did you organize timeout before the game, after the game?
After the game.
After
Yes.
How long? The car comes back on the track, and then again pit stops. 2, 3, 1 hour later, again pit stops. That's the principle of the pit stop. Do you know what today? In basketball, they stop. In volleyball, they stop. Why? Why do they stop? What happens? Or do we have pit stops?
Racing.
Yes, racing, Formula 1. But it's a race. It's stupid. Why do they stop? You're stupid. You need one key element, only one. And that element, we call that pit stops. Pit stops. That's the hamster in the wheel. Classic hamster in the wheel. And I did coach multiple action hamsters.
And our talent.
So active inertia. And I will explain. Maybe you can tell us more about feedback. Who can give feedback? We analyze, we improve. You never improve when you are in the swimming pool. You improve when you debrief after a game. So the entire sport development and sport performance is based on feedback. If you have to have one word that's key, how do you consider feedback in your career, Marlene?
If I didn't have feedback, I wouldn't have been able to reach my goals.
And who gives time? Depends on the intensity of the failure, on what you fail. Yes, for sure. For top champions like Marlene, team-minded, are 100% engaged in the job, understanding the role. If we have 2-3 people in the relay, 2-3 people on the field who are not really wetting the shirt, nothing will happen. But in some organization, we are satisfied with such figures. 84% say that they have a clear role. 92 would recommend the organization. 88 are inspired. 90% believe we are a great place to work, and 44% think to leave the company for the next year. That's the result. And I was thinking countries in Latin America, healthy is 84% of engagement. Up to do with motivated people. We need much more than motivation to win. But maybe in some organizations, for you, they told me about satisfaction survey. And 20 years ago, it was barometer of opinion. We asked the opinion of invited by Adidas. They presented Adidas to the Olympians, to the players, interesting. And HR.
That you work towards something with each other, that you have to trust each other to work for
performance. So coaching individuals is completely different from coaching teams. Tonight I will share with you and Marlene tennis, judo, boxing, fencing, individual. Collective sport. You know that Olympic Games are divided into individual sports and collective sports. There are 24 Olympic sports.
4x100 freestyle, so that was in
freestyle.
The relay. With 4 bit less, was also able to, I was more rested and more fit to deliver more quality in the training. So training less is sometimes, for me, it worked better.
Training is to help you to acquire new competences. Sometimes you need training, new skills, new capacities. That's training. After that, you need coaching. Coaching is how to help. So I would like to have answers. So some courageous people will maybe propose something, yes? That's
Yes.
the difference. I use my microphone. Wow, wow, wow.
Yes. No, in Beijing we want. Yes. No, it's. You work 4 years for an event and then.
The horse just connected by rope with a plastic chair, and sometimes the chains that press the pressure of the competition. What we will explain you is how to manage pressure. Because when there is no pressure, everybody can be good. But under pressure, then you have to manage stress, you have to manage